It's 4th of July week, a time to celebrate America and use working the grill as an excuse to not talk to your relatives. And anytime we get patriotic, we rightfully recognize our military, those who have served and those who are currently serving. That's especially true in North Carolina, which bills itself as the nation's most military-friendly state. Proud of it. We're home to a number of military bases, including Fort Bragg, population-wise the largest military base in the world. Forget Area 51. I want to know the secrets of Fort Bragg, like prisoners that have been through there, military experiments they've done. There's some secrets of Fort Bragg. So I have to wonder what lawmakers and supporters of House Bill 2, as well as Governor Pat McCrory, who hastily signed it, thought last week when, days before the North Carolina legislature closed their short session with only one tweak to the infamous HB 2, the United States military announced sweeping changes to how it will treat transgender personnel, including paying for medical costs associated with making a gender transition. That's right. If you're keeping score, the state of North Carolina now lags behind the U.S. military in transgender rights. Where in a recent candidates forum, Governor McCrory continued to use the phrase, "a boy who thinks he's a girl," to describe being transgender, our military leaders are a little more grown up about the subject. And they also recognize this truth. When you're jumping out of a plane, you want the best pilot there is piloting that plane. And you want the most meticulous parachute packer packing your parachute before the jump. And you want the smartest, strongest, most skilled soldier serving on either side of you the whole way. And you don't give a damn what gender any of them are, or what reproductive organs they have, or especially where they go to the bathroom. The military also does sports better than the state of North Carolina, apparently. While Fort Bragg was playing the role of host to the first ever Major League Baseball regular season game on a military base, the General Assembly's lack of action in undoing HB 2 all but guarantees the NBA will remove its All-Star game from Charlotte next year. House Speaker Tim Moore, when asked what he thinks the NBA's reaction will be, said, quote, "I certainly hope the NBA will keep the All-Star game here. The process, I don't think, lends itself to legislation perhaps they might want to see." The All-Star game's gone. I mean, it's gone. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, he just marched in a pride parade in New York. You think he's settling for this? No, not happening. It's done, gone. Yes, those responsible for this dreadful misstep in our state's history, in addition to having to say they flat out screwed up on the part of HB 2 that was altered, the now restored right to sue for discrimination in state courts, continue to try to pass the blame off to other people and other things. They blame the Charlotte City Council, they blame the media, they even oddly tried to blame Roy Cooper for sabotaging the reform efforts. I don't know. And now they blame their failure to take corrective action and preserve the once-in-a-quarter-century opportunity to host an event like the NBA All-Star Game on the slow legislative process. I don't think you can draft legislation overnight in a special legislative session and get it signed really quick and then say that the process doesn't lend itself later to fixes. Like, you can't blame the process if you kind of skip the process the first time. That doesn't really work for me. The NBA will move its All-Star game from Charlotte, and frankly, the NCAA, musicians, other visiting entertainment acts should follow suit. As much as I like the idea of asking organizations and performers to continue to come to North Carolina and then donating the proceeds to the right causes, nothing makes as big a statement as not coming. But what if we could find a loophole for the NBA All-Star game? What if we could find a place that's technically inside North Carolina, but it's able to abide by its own rules and regulations? What if those rules are more progressive than the state of North Carolina's? And what if this place had recently proven the ability to erect athletic facilities on short notice and put on a world-class affair? That's right! We need to move the NBA All-Star Game to Fort Bragg, where they'll make sure you have the proper clearance, but they will not check your ID to use the bathroom. This is a win for everyone. North Carolina gets to keep its All-Star Game. The transgender population will know they're welcome, just like they now know they're welcome to serve in the military. And we all get NBA All-Star Weekend parties in Fayetteville, baby. J. Cole could host NBA All-Star Weekend in Fort Bragg and Fayetteville. They've got the facilities to host an NBA All-Star Weekend. They may not have the personnel, year round, but the personnel can travel. They have the facilities there, if you know what I'm saying. So what do you say, Adam Silver? North Carolina just made history hosting a Major League Baseball game. The United States military just made history in its transgender policy. How about a Fort Bragg NBA All-Star game with a lot of rainbow flags and a lot of Fayetteville flavor? and security. Also some security. A lot of security. We're going to need security. For North Carolina Yesterday Today, I'm Hayes Permar.